growing your own plants from cutting or seed is actually quite simple to do. You see, spring is the time that plants burst into life. And if you take cuttings, you're going to enjoy success at some level this time of year. So what can you grow? Well, a better question would be, what can't you grow? Just about everything will grow from cutting this time of year. See this beautiful plant here? It's called Brugsmansia. Your mum or your grandma probably knew it as angel's trumpets. It produces hundreds and hundreds of these flowers, and it looks spectacular when it's at its best. Now, growing it, well, it's simple. You either take tip cuttings or you take semi-hardwood cuttings. Cut the leaves off stems about 150 millimetres long and prepare about 5 to 6 of them for placing in growing media. Another group of plants I just love are the Proteas. They're an amazing group of plants and quite diverse flowers. Look at the size of this one here. This is just finished, but it's the King Protea, and these flowers are absolutely stunning. I'd love to be cutting these and bringing them inside the house, but they look so good in the garden. Growing them by taking tip and semi-hardwood cuttings is the best way to go. And a cutting like this will drop roots within a few weeks, producing a whole new plant. My goal is to have a large number of them so I can have some flowers indoors and some in the garden as well. Lavender like this is a brilliant plant to grow in mass plantings. Spanish lavender produces these beautiful flowers, and the way you grow them, well, it's quite simple. You take tip cuttings, and don't take 1 or 5 or maybe even 10. Take 30. These are brilliant for growing en masse. So you plant them out, you get your 30 cuttings, you'll probably end up with 30 plants. You take them in about 6 weeks' time, put them into little pots, and then in about 6 months' time, they'll be ready for planting in the garden. Propagation systems like this aquamiser are brilliant. It's got a capillary action self-watering system. It's quite clever. Basically, it has its own water source. That could be a bottle or a watering can. The water flows in through the tube. It's got a valve down here, and then under each pot, they've got a sponge. Now, this encourages the transfer of water up into the base of the pot, keeping those cuttings nice and moist. Simply place your cuttings in the pot filled full of propagation mixture. Water them, place the lid on top to hold moisture and humidity in around the newly developing roots, and you're guaranteed success. Now, it's a really easy proposition to do this. Within 3 weeks, you're going to end up with cuttings looking just like these guys who I put down 3 weeks ago. What you do within 3 weeks is break them up, pop them into their own little pots, and they're going to look fantastic. But look at the amount of roots that's produced in such a short period of time. These will have done the same within 3 to 6 weeks and be ready for planting out in their own pots.